we've now roped in Tebogo Khaas, founder and chairperson of Public Interest South Africa, to weigh in on this particular matter. Thank you so much, sir, for your time this afternoon. So, of course, we saw those explosive allegations that General Mkhwanazi had alluded to on the 6th of July, basically being rehashed and repeated again during today's day one commission. Just give us your impressions about what you thought of his testimony, particularly given the fact that he says he has evidence, linking the suspended police minister to some of these allegations.
Yeah. You know what General Mkhwanazi did today was to provide more clarity to the statements that he first shared with us in July, I think 6th or 7th. And today he's actually now come out and say to South Africans that I meant what I said, and I appreciate the opportunity that I've been given to come and ventilate and give you proof, because a lot of insinuations have been made in the public court of law, court of opinion, whereupon many people are just saying, no, he won't be able to back up the kind of things that they do. And it is a sad day that we have to go through this, and it is a painful day. Insofar as our democracy is concerned.
I mean, when you listen to what Justice Madlanga said in terms of his opening remarks, in terms of if these allegations are indeed true, and also what General Mkhwanazi said, that he can substantiate most of these. I mean, what does that mean and what does it say? And do you think that when you look at the Commission's terms of reference, do you think that they go far enough in affording South Africans in this country justice? Yeah,
well, if the terms would go far enough, we'll probably be sitting glued on our SABC TV screens and elsewhere on the social media for another year or two. But what I think this is going to be able to do is just to show that the fish rots at the top. And if the fish rots from the top, it means that those who take command from a head that is not so okay, that has got a lot of decay, you are in for a hiding. So it is important that it starts there, because then the people who take leadership positions ought to conduct themselves in a manner that will be beyond reproach and set an example to those below them or who are following them, to show them the way and how to lead. But if those who are entrusted with actually leading are the ones who are problematic, as it is already shown today. Obviously, there still be cross-examination, will also hear the other side, but from what you've heard today, that was quite jarring.
And I mean, there is a lot of public interest in this, understandably so, but some South Africans feel that this is one commission too many. The MK party is going the legal route. They're going to court tomorrow, wanting to stop the proceedings, wanting the 147 million rands to be spent elsewhere. But in the main, just to use your analogy too, saying that the fish rots from the head, they believe that how can you have a commission of inquiry when the very people that are proceeding over this inquiry have also been implicated in as far as the criminal justice system is concerned? Your views on that?
I think that statement may be a bit misplaced, in the sense that when General Mkhwanazi made mention of individuals within the judiciary, he didn't pay the entirety of the judiciary. He didn't say the entire judicial system is rotten or there are problems with the entirety. Yes, there are members within the judicial system themselves who may have a lot to answer for, to account for. Their integrity might still be called to question. But what is comforting is that there are systems within the judicial system to actually address those. There's the JSC, there's many other tribunals that that actually designed to deal with this type of... and we've seen that if you're a member of the judiciary and you're found to be doing wrong, very little chance or leeway for you to escape consequence management. And I think the judiciary has been an example and has been a pillar throughout the inception of this democracy.
When you consider that a lot of South Africans are interested in this because of just the criminality in the country, the stats speak for themselves. I mean, ordinary citizens facing crime, facing political killings, what do you think would be the best outcome for this commission, particularly when we start looking at reform, even safeguards, that should emerge from this inquiry? What would that look like practically, do you think?
I think hopefully out of here, the confidence and public trust in the police system would improve. As you may recall, very recently there was a research or a survey undertaken by the HSRC, I think, whereupon they showed something around 25% or 20% trust in police. That shows you that the population is actually, the public is actually have no trust at all in the police, and it's because they have the lived experiences. And you just follow it up with what this is that the CSIR, no, not CSIR, the Stats SA, whereupon they did the interviews or surveys with families to see what have been your experiences with crime or reporting crime. You can see that a lot of people have resigned, have really taken to resigning from actually engaging with the very institution that is meant to assist them in addressing their criminal issues or cases whereupon they need help from the police. So we hope out of here we dare not reduce the outcomes of the recommendations of Madlanga Commission to many other commissions as it has happened. But we need to act. And I have faith that the president will have no choice but to act. In any event, perhaps it's a good thing that he's also on his way out. So he's got nothing left to lose. In other words, he's not going for another election. We hope this time around he wouldn't be looking back and say, who are my buddies? No, I can't touch this because I'm going to need him in my what do you call this, a team,
circle,
in my slate, so he'll be able to say, South Africans, what legacy does he want to leave for this country insofar as the criminal justice system is concerned?
So on that note, in terms of accountability, what would it look like? What would the president have to do when he gets those recommendations, hopefully in the 6 months that is?
A lot of reform needs to be happening within the police. And forget about lack of training, which is an issue. And I'm talking about training. I'm not talking about firearm training. I'm talking also in terms of management and even execution the day-to-day basis. But also there ought to be a great deal of change management undertaken within the police system, because it is of no use to try and improve policing when the individuals themselves still conduct themselves in the manner that they used to do in the past.
Mr. Khaas, thank you so much for your time and for being here, of course, giving us your views. That is Tebogo Khaas, the founder and chairperson of Public Interest South Africa.